concern is, and this will please go out in the form of a shout out to the Western Regional Director of the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. The fishermen here have a concern that it could cost them 13% of their gross income this year if a monitoring system is put in, such as being imposed by the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. The great concern here is that the species, which there is supposedly a concern about, there is no concern. And so really it's a monitoring program that, for all intents and purposes, will not do what the intention is. This is the only fishery on the North Coast that this is being imposed upon. It's not happening anywhere else along the coastline of British Columbia, and it's of grave concern.
And it looks to be an extremely poor season coming up if the predictions are right. Maybe 6 days we'll fish this year. So talking about an average cost of 13% of a person's income this year, that's only if you did the average, but in 6 days it's really easy to miss the fish. And you don't have any time to find them when you're fishing for like 1 day a week or 2 days a week. So that's the problem with paying. Like, and why are we doing a monitoring observer program if we've still got the logbook? Or why do we have the logbook if we're going to do a monitoring observer program that's redundant? You know, it just doubles the cost of it for a year that's really going to be really hard to afford.
DFO is not benefiting me or anybody else in this room. They have a hidden agenda to get rid of people sitting in this room, and if they can't do it one way, they do it another. I call it legalized extortion, because if you don't comply with Archipelago phones DFO, DFO will not give you your clearance or your license or whatever to go fishing until you have paid or done your things with Archipelago. And tell you the truth, this, I think I am finished, because I don't fish halibut anymore, I don't fish cod, and I'm sure I'm not going to fish salmon anymore, because I refuse to go along with all this crap that have totally decimated my life and everybody here.
Only people that have to go through this program, that what they're trying to push down our throats this year, is in the north here. It's the gill netters and the seine boats that have to do this. And the funny thing is, it just happens that this is the biggest First Nation fleet is in the north here. So it's trust issues.
The mismanagement of Department of Fisheries, we're taking it out on the commercial fishermen. That ain't right, because you look at the other sectors, what are they doing to them? They aren't doing nothing. It keeps coming back to the commercial fishermen to pay for all their mistakes that they're doing. It's not ever going to correct anything until you start listening to the fishermen.
So why are we having this cost of 5 people, 4 at-sea observers and a boat skiff driver that drives them around to do the observing? Why do we have that cost when the Minister of Environment, who's in charge of steelhead, says that we don't, that there is no steelhead problem and there is no coho problem? The Department of Fisheries says, so why do we have at-sea observers? Is the question. It's really just harassment of the gillnet and seine fleets on the North Coast for no conservation reason whatsoever, and it costs the guys money. If they want to have at-sea observers, even though we're the only fleet, that's fine with us. Have at-sea observers. We just can't afford to pay for them, and there's no reason, because we're not catching anything that we shouldn't be catching, not catching anything that's a conservation issue. So it's in their ballpark. We've told them. They said they're going to make it a condition of license for these guys to go fishing, that there has to be a service provider, that fishermen have to pay for it, they have to pay for their logbooks, and we're just telling DFO that these guys can't afford to go fishing, and so we'll just have to see what develops. It's a real big problem for us this year.